Baby. Wow. Wow. 5 in the live, 2 likes. The year Elizabeth became the queen, 52. Let me close these curtains, guys. Let's close these curtains. Got the pajama pants on still. It's nice and cozy now, eh? 6 in the live, 2 likes. Was coronated on 6/2 in 1953, the 62nd triangular number. Woo! Chronic maths debater. I can't be too loud here. I'm in my mum's house, helping her with an event today. She's doing an amazing event for charity. I'm going to help her with that, make people tea and coffee. And then I'm meeting my good friend Buchan and having a few drinks with him. I'm excited to see him. He's going to have a child with his amazing wife in October. So I've just been on the phone to Gabrielle. Some amazing news from my website. Figured it out. So when I post now, you're going to get notifications. It's so much work. It's an expense, but Gabriel really has been a godsend to me. He really has. This is the guy who set up my website. He really has. This book probably wouldn't have been done if it weren't for him. Giving me that motivation to get a website after Patreon deleted me, which actually was a beautiful thing, because if they didn't, I would never have met him. So, Gabriel, thank you very much. Very, very much. Last night, I was working on this book till 5:45 a.m. I've put in literally thousands of hours of work to this book, thousands when you take into account research. Sleepless nights. I haven't slept properly really for 2 years because of this, and I think it's all been for this book. Which the main goal of it, guys, is to help people. I swear down, the main goal of this book is to have people read it and it helps them in whatever capacity, whether it brings them to God, whether it shows them that our reality is coded, that numbers are beautiful, that maybe I shouldn't give all my energy to professional sports. Maybe I can use the energy elsewhere. It really is maybe the best thing I've ever done in my life, this book. So you're asking me how I'm doing? I'm super high, but I'm super tired because I don't know how I feel about it. It's like almost like the end of the movie, full of highs and lows. But the book's done, guys. It's done. And if you've ever written a book, it's not easy. But look at that 18 in the live, 6 likes, that 186. That's everywhere with me. Coronavirus declared a global pandemic exactly 18 years and 6 months after 9/11. The main thing you're going to get from this book is to see how everything's connected. And I mean everything, not just entertainment, everything. You're going to see that history does repeat itself. You will see that. You'll see the importance of your energy and how sacred it is. And you'll also realize that there are no coincidences in this world. So, hello, Clau. Hello, beautiful. How you doing? You good? You good? Hope you're feeling well. I'll try and give you a call this weekend. We'll have a good chat. And the people who are going to access this book first are my members. I want to thank every single one of you for supporting my work. I know it might sound like I'm giving an Oscar speech here, but there's nothing rigged about this. I appreciate you all. All right, everyone I've learned from, everyone who's told me to look into something, everyone who sent me any information, all those people, there's loads of you. Thank you. If I've helped you, great, but you'd be amazed at how many of you have helped me in different ways. The reason I've acquired all of this knowledge isn't just through me. It's through interacting with other people who are willing to share their knowledge, their stories. And I do believe I'm being guided. I think I say this a lot when I code. I don't feel like it's just Adam Edwards. There's something bigger than me. doing this work. And you'll see that in the book. I was speaking to Joey yesterday because I know how much he loves what I do. I gave him a find yesterday that I've only shared with him and my brother, and he couldn't believe it. And my brother couldn't believe what I found. I'm not going to tell you it, not to tease you, but I couldn't. I was like that. I didn't find that. Something guided me to do that. So it really is a beautiful experience when you are aware of how sacred numbers are. It is. Hello, Mia. Really have a lot of respect for you. One of my favorite students ever. I can't say favorite. I've never ever given anyone the title of my favorite student, but you're definitely one of the best students I've ever taught, especially in regards to your personality. The Bloomberg business model predicted an Argentina-England final with Argentina winning, probably a trap with England winning it. I said almost close to 2 years ago, England or Argentina to win the World Cup. If Elizabeth dies before the World Cup, like I said, I thought she would, then I make England my favourite. But on my website, I've got my Argentina code as well. The book will tell you why I like England. It's not like one separate chapter on why I like England, but if you read the book, you'll see exactly why I like England. A lot. You're good, Cloud. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Is the Queen book the one you've been working on yet? Well, let me break down this for you. Thank you, John. Hey, Angel Z. Hey, Tom Wilson. Morning from Vancouver. Beautiful. Hey, Jenny. Hola, amiga. Chuck. All right, before I get into this, I'm going to give him a big shout out. I want to say thank you to Chuck. Chuck's on my website. It was on my Patreon. And I think he's an absolutely exceptional coder, but I've come to realize that he's an exceptional person, more than a coder. He's shared some amazing codes with me. He actually cares about the community. There's no ego involved with him. And I know I've learned a lot from him. He's learned a lot from me. And that's what it should be about within this community. Or I guess maybe life in general. It should be all about helping other people and them helping you. It's very simple way of living, simple outlook. But that's how it should be. And I'll tell you something, I've learned a lot from Chuck. Some of his finds have been remarkable and made me love geometry and date durations and numbers even more. I didn't think I could love them even more, but he helped with that. So thanks, Chuck. Mia, when are you going to come see us? First of all, I don't know when I'm going back to Mexico. Not to scare you, it will be probably within 3 weeks. I don't have a return flight. Still haven't been paid the 1,800 that they owe me. I'm cancelling my flight. Still haven't got that. It's been 18 days. But I tried to figure it out with my dad. I went for a walk with him. Really nice walk, actually, on Baildon Moors. It was beautiful. He was telling me all of his stories as when he was a child. I was telling him some of the stuff I got up to, which he didn't know about. And that was amazing. And tried to contact Expedia. There's literally no contact number for them. It's an absolute joke. So I'll just wait till I get back to Mexico. But as soon as I'm back, Mia, I'll come visit you. I'll come visit everyone. Yeah, I do believe it's probably the last time I'll be here in the UK. I'm meeting Stacey tomorrow, which I'm excited about, for lunch. I'm doing a run in the morning at 9 o'clock, a 5K. Played football the other day with my two brothers. I scored 8 goals. The loop number. That was fun. Their coach wants to sign me on a 2-week contract. But my dad said, don't play. Everyone's going to hurt you. They're going to kick you. They're going to be frustrated playing against you. They're going to hurt you. He said, be careful. So I'm 50-50 whether I'm going to play. Training's a bit different. People are not as aggressive. It's not as competitive in training. Although a guy took my toenail off. But he didn't mean to do it. It was a 50-50 and he stamped on my toe. Stop in New Mexico. That's in the US. Are you referring to the US? It's hard for me to get there because I don't have this. What else have we got? Park run. Yeah, it's a park run. It's a park run. I'm probably going to aim for about, I don't know now, probably about 22 minutes. I'll probably aim for a 7-minute mile. I've done 6:20 before, 6:20 miles, but I'm going to go for about 7. Remember, people forget I'm almost 37. I can still run around like a teenager, but I'm probably not quite as fit as I was, but I'm still pretty fit. What crisps are those? Where's the crisps? I was eating an orange. My mum here has got some quality streets, baby. Not even had one. It's going to be an event at the house today. There's these crisps. Sweet chili. And then sea salt and black pepper crisps, man. They're so addictive, aren't they? Somebody... Mia, yeah. I'm a walking, talking God. Woo! Yeah, I had this joke at school that I was a walking, talking God. I don't know how it started, but that's what they call me, this walking, talking God. I forgot about that, Mia. That's hilarious. That really is hilarious. So, yeah, going back to my book and how I came about writing it. My whole awakening began by writing a book, which only a few people have read, which I'm really proud of. This is not the book I'm referring to here. I wrote a book called I'd Love to Meet You Too, Angel Z. I wrote a book called The Illusion. And what a lot of people don't know is I gave myself that name. It wasn't even my name. But the name Illusion came from me writing a book about society and how I believe that society is an illusion that we've accepted as our reality. And towards the end of that book, I was researching symbolism and numerology. And that's where I found Gematria, or Gematria found me. And it led to me writing this book about Queen Elizabeth. The fact that I predicted she would die at age 96 2 years ago in January was, I don't know. I mentioned this a little bit in my book. I don't know why me decoded the Queen's death age. I never cared about the royal family. It wasn't interested. It's just wild this last two years. Like, if I was still technically in the Matrix and I'd not acquired this sacred knowledge and I found out Elizabeth had died, I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have got emotional about it. To be honest with you, for many reasons, it's like she was 96, never met her. She's not related to me, never really done anything to help me or others that I'm aware of. But when I found out that news that she'd gone on September the 8th, and it was my mate from London who told me, literally 5 minutes after I left his house, I was like, what? The day I was supposed to be flying to England, the Queen died. The day I arrived in England, they moved her coffin from Westminster at 2:22. When I went to the US, I went on the 222nd day of 2022. So you'll see in my... Hello, Joey. I know you are absolutely desperate to read the book. So Joey came to visit me with Gintada, his beautiful girlfriend, when I was with Red Pill Monkey. Much love, Red Pill Monkey. He's going to Turkey soon. Much love to you. He got to read, like, I don't know if he read 5 or 10 pages of the book, and I think he absolutely loved it, didn't you, Joey? You're a fan. I've added more to the book. It's 191 pages, which is the 43rd prime. Elizabeth gets you 43. Jesus died April the 3rd, 43. And there's 52 chapters, like she became the queen in 52. And remember, I was always talking about 520. her funeral was 520 days after Prince Philip's, which was huge. It was huge. I knew 520 and 52 was monumentally huge with her. And the fact her funeral was 520 days after Philip's was one of my proudest achievements in regards to this work. I just knew 520. I knew the 52 times 10 is 520. And then they were telling us her funeral was going to be 10 days after she died. They changed it to 11. I figured out why in the book. 11 days after she died at 11 a.m. Remembrance Day is 11/11 when World War I ended. I ain't going to give all the numbers away. The stuff in there, I think there's perhaps people in the community that nobody have found what I've found. And I want you to share it. And I've said this, when you come across my work, share it and say it's your own. Add to it, make it better. You don't have to say it's the illusion. Obviously, with the book, if you can help promote that, I'd appreciate it. I think this book's going to change thousands of people's lives. And when I say that, I mean it. I ain't usually wrong when I really feel it. So I think it's going to change thousands of people's lives. I really believe at this point there is an awakening. I think more and more people are questioning the reality and stumbling across gematria. If I can be the guy that, not necessarily the leader, I don't really like the term leader, but the guy who can really inspire people. I've had multiple people tell me that if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be using Kobe in my decodes. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be using the royal family. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be using the Pope. I was doing this 2 years ago and being mocked by everyone in the community, even though I kept getting it right. Here's Illusion with his Queen decodes 2 years ago. Here he is with his Pope decodes. You'll see in the book why I was using them every single day. For whatever reason, Elizabeth, Francis, Kobe, Brady, these people are all synced up with how this world operates. And they had to choose somebody, didn't they? They had to choose certain people for that role. So, wait, Gabriel's here. Hey, Adam, ready to post the book. Also, if you've not mentioned the new post notification emails, please mention it. I've already mentioned it, Gabriel. I'll mention it again. So, Gabriel's just set me up this phenomenal website. We've worked really hard together. I would say he's put way more work into it than I have. I'm the guy putting out the content, but he's the one who's set it all up. And what we have now, guys, for the, 194 people who are signed up, thank you. We're going to have it now where you're going to get a notification when I post. And that's pretty much the only thing people complained about. I don't get notified when you post. I missed that code, that hit. I missed this. Well, now you're not. You're going to get it. At the beginning, there's a high chance it will go to your spam. But we'll try figure out whether it goes directly to your inbox. So at the beginning, if it is going to go to your spam, just check it every day. Get in the habit of checking it every day, and then you can move it to your sent items. But the goal is to get it where it comes straight through to you. It'll say the date, the time, the title, what I posted. Then at the bottom, it's going to have a button that says see more. You click on it, it'll take you to the website. You'll get the whole thing. I think that's a huge game changer. Again, you've got to remember, for absolutely no reason whatsoever, I got my Patreon deleted, and they said I was breaking community guidelines. And for 2 years, I was doing the same stuff. And because I kept hitting and calling stuff out, boom, 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 they took it down. And again, at this point, I think it was God. I don't think it was the Jesuits or haters or whatever. I think it was meant to happen. I have no regrets. Yes, I lost a lot of money. Yes, it's been a lot of work setting up the website and promoting it all and this, that, and the other. But it's all part of the game. It's all part of the show. The world is a stage. It really is. And I'm not afraid to say that, and that doesn't worry me. I think the world is a stage. It's up to you what character you play within it, or you can allow other people to write the script for you, and you just play along with it. All right. Good morning. She passed on my birthday. Wow, Lorraine, your last name's Edwards, like me. Well, happy belated birthday for September the 8th. What you make of all the attention, Beckham, lining up like a normal person? TJ, when you read my books, I know you'll read it, you'll know why Beckham has been in the news so much with Elizabeth. It will blow your mind, the Beckham connections with her. I think she knighted him, didn't she? But yeah, I don't want to give away all the numbers. I just know 10 years ago, I met Beckham and all his family when my team coached against his son Romeo's team. Romeo and Juliet, William Shakespeare, the first man to be vaccinated. It just, you're going to read it. And I'm starting to enjoy the fact that people are decoding their own lives and checking date durations. Like Joey checked the date duration of days between my birthday and his, 333 days. Remember Red Pill Monkey, who came to visit me the same weekend, was born 3 years, 330 days before me. And we all met on that same weekend and went to Leeds and had these amazing syncs. Like he was talking about 107 and I was like 2 minutes away from him. I went, 28th prime. And he said, Gintar was laughing so hard. I can just throw out the prime numbers like that. And that was an amazing weekend, to be honest. There was some amazing syncs that occurred over those 2 or 3 days. The world is a state. The system's a state. The world isn't. When I went for that walk with my dad in Baildon, the world was not a state. It was absolutely beautiful. So much beauty to the world. It's the system. You have to tell yourself that and remind yourself the world is not a shocking place. It is the system. That is a beast system. That's only going to get worse if we allow it to get worse. Big game tonight, Adam Italy versus England. No code on your site. Bro, I've been focusing on the book. I've said if England win and draw the next 2 games in the Nations League, they're going to go 6-6-6. So my tip today is watch it play out. I think England will beat Italy and draw with Germany. As of now, I haven't done enough work into it. But I would say if England win today, they'll draw with Germany in the next game. And if they draw with Italy, they'll beat Germany. I think they'll win and draw the next 2 to get those 4 points. Remember, Elizabeth's Jubilee was over 4 days. She had 4 children with Prince Philip. The UK has 4 nations. So I think England will acquire 4 points over the next 2 games. So if you're smart in this situation, I'll probably see what plays out here. And if it's a draw, they'll beat Germany. If they beat Italy, they should draw with Germany. If they lose to Italy, which I highly doubt, because I've told you how these rituals work more often than not, they lost to them in the Euro 2020 final. They'll get their revenge now. It tends to be how it works, to be honest with you. See Saka, I said this would happen as well. What was it, 6 months ago? I said Saka would get England's national football team a Player of the Season award, and he just got it today. I said it because he missed the penalty. Remember, number 25 in England ended scoring 2 out of 5 penalties, and Elizabeth became the Queen at age 25. That final was in London, which gets you 25. She died in the 97th year of her life, the 25th prime. I said Saka would get that award, England's best player. What's he done? I've told you. I've said this. I'm better than Saka. I'm a better footballer than Saka, and you laugh at me all you want. You won't if you watch me play. These players are frauds. They're given careers. All right? And again, a few people have started messaging me saying, to be honest, I watch the game still, but I look at them differently. It is pretty slow, innit? They get so much time. After I went training with my brothers, went for a pint with those 2 and his mate, George Bott. Much love, George Bott. You're a good lad. Thank you for the ride. And it was Scotland against the Ukraine. I told my brother Scotland win this in a Queen ritual. And they did, because she died in Scotland. And then Scotland's next game after her funeral was against the Ukraine, like UK rain. It's a joke. And I also saw how Scotland were up 1-0. And then they bring on number 19 and number 9. And Elizabeth's funeral was 19-9. And then basically in the last 15 minutes of the game, number 19 assists number 9 twice, like a funeral date. And the first goal that he got, that number 9, he outjumped Ukraine's number 8, and she died 9-8. That's the stuff that if you're going to watch it and you learn what I'm teaching you, you'll watch it differently. You might still be entertained. It's the same with movies. You can still watch them, but you'll watch them with different eyes. You'll listen to music with different ears. It's beautiful. You'll experience nature in different ways. You're going to observe numbers like you've never observed them before. Joey telling me the first 2 numbers in the national lottery ever drawn, number 30 and number 3. As he said it, the bus 33 drove past us a second after. So, okay, let's have a look. What else? 11 a.m., Johnny, was it? Nice. What else have we got? Did you get more subscribers on the website? Sounds like it went up. That's great. Yeah. Again, my consistency with my work and my codes. Like last night I had Cleveland. It seemed everyone in the gematria community had Steelers. I had Cleveland. I'm very consistent with my picks. More often than not hit them. But it's all the other stuff that I do. And the stuff that I find and how I teach people to get better. My hit rates, I don't know if is anyone better than me with hit rate wise. I don't know who codes every sport going. But again, I don't just do this for coding sports. I really don't care. How I code the sports is basically to confirm to me that Revelation's playing out. And I have to do it for the website. I have to make money. Within the system, I have to make money. I ain't greedy because I would take my picks. I would be making a ton of money. Where I could easily just have a website and gamble and be really, really comfortable. I could literally travel the world if I wanted to, but I ain't going to do that. Because I know if I start doing that, I'll lose my focus and I'll lose a lot of energy. And the energy I've saved from not gambling has now been used to acquire knowledge. And I share that knowledge through these live streams where I give you so much energy. And you'll notice that since I stopped gambling, probably around, I don't know when it was, November, you'll see that energy in me has just gone up, and it keeps going up. I went to bed at 5:45 a.m. last night. Barely slept anything. I'd say on average, I'm sleeping about 3 hours a day for the last 2 years. And look, it's the spirit. It's the spirit within me. I'm starving. I'm having a quality street. Oh, that's some minstrels. My brother yesterday brought me a packet of minstrels. Oh, quality. Yes, I've decoded loads of boxing matches. Watch some of my videos about it. I often just code the big ones. Your Tyson Furies, your Mayweathers, your Pacquiaos. I code them to prove a point. I ain't interested in looking into average boxers where no one really cares. I wouldn't use the word rigged, all right? I'm trying to, yeah, it's the purple one, baby. Color of deception, color of royalty, color of magic, color of the best quality street. Ooh, purple rain. Oh, I better not start singing. I've got to be a bit different here, a bit calmer. It's not my house. So yeah, I've got to go in about 30 minutes because I'm going to help my mum, and I need to get a shower and all of that, make myself look pretty, meet one of my best mates. A place where, actually, I'm not going to say the place where we're going, but I'm looking forward to the place where I'm going. Yeah, what I was going to say, I wouldn't use the word rigged anymore. I'm going to try help you with this as well, which might change your mindset. I think a lot of people have opened up to my work since I changed my mindset with this. Sancho going to be the star against City, probably. I told you Sancho would have a great season, Rashford and Saka, because of Them all missing penalties. All three black, young English players. Yeah, I don't want to worry too much about the Manchester derby right now. I'll probably nail it, to be honest. But I've got City for the league, Haaland Golden Boot before the season began. It's looking pretty good. Haaland was plus 350, 400. Now he's 1-4. So if anyone took my Haaland pick, you're pretty much laughing now unless he gets injured. He'd have to get injured, I think, now to stop him from getting it. He's not the type of guy that goes on a spell where he doesn't score 5 or 6 games and then he can bang a hat-trick whenever he wants. What about Son, by the way? Remember, he got that hat-trick against Leicester. Game finished 6-2. Elizabeth was coronated on 6-2 in 1953, the 62nd prime. I've learnt Tottenham are really connected. Tottenham are really connected to the Queen. Obviously, Chelsea are as well. And that's why they got Potter, English coach. The Potter was a big Harry Potter ritual. I haven't posted it yet. It's a Harry Potter ritual, which is outrageous how they do all of this. Who's obviously basically a wizard. And I said Potter's magic fails to inspire Chelsea. It was so ridiculous, the headline that I saw. But yeah, I wouldn't use the word rigged, mate, because that implies that man's doing it when it's not. It's predetermined. The outcomes are predetermined before the games begin. And I do think it's supernatural, or it's God, or it's Satan that dictates the outcomes. All the reality we live in, the matrix, the code, the algorithm, whatever it is, that's up for you to decide. But I just want to let you know that I think the top stars know how it works, or they have a strong understanding of how it all works, but they ain't in control of it. I always use this example. It's one of my favorites. There's no way that in that Euro 2020 final, Southgate said to Rashford, hit the outside of the post with your penalty, or players missing from 1 yard, or people's legs getting snapped. There's all sorts of stuff. That's where people go, oh, you're talking nonsense. At the beginning, looking back, I can see why people said to me, this is nonsense. Because I was implying that all the players and coaches knew. They were all in on it. It was all about Vegas. It was all about money. It's nothing to do with that. It's not about money. They print money. All right? They control the monetary system. It's nothing to do with that. That's just a control tool. I think the top coaches and the top stars are aware of the code. And I think a lot of the other people that are playing within it have no idea. I think the players on national teams are aware of it. I think superstars, obviously coaches, usually the ex-players and usually really talented ones, they know what's going on with the astrology and the gematria, the symbolism, what it all represents. All this stuff is for Lucifer that they do. Those people doing that, they know who they're thanking, in my opinion. But then you go down to League One and League Two. I don't know. I don't think they all know, to be honest with you. So is boxing rigged? The outcome's already predetermined before they step in the ring. That's what I'll say to you. Anything on Argentina's purple kit, it's a trick one, isn't it? So people say that is purely the colour of deception, but it's intriguing. You have to place a bit of money on Argentina. If you read my decode on my website, you have to place some money on Argentina. The 36s that I found could have been a book in itself. If they win it, it will be a book. It's just with what's happened to England and Elizabeth and Philip. It's like the Prince Philip and the Queen, they've gone. In like the span of a year and a half. That's pretty big if it is all about ritual and sacrifice and energy. Yeah. It's really big. Losing those two people. But again, if it's not England, Argentina, or Brazil, then I really don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I'll be shocked. And with futures, I am very good. If it's not one of those three, I'll be really shocked. But then again, there's the element of there's 32 teams in the World Cup. Do I have to look into all of them? Do I need to waste my time looking into Qatar and Iran? Do I need to look into all of that? But then you're like, well, you had Greece win Euro 2004. You had Denmark win Euro 1992. You had Leicester win the Premier League in 2016. But that's really rare, isn't it? So I think if I look into the top 10 favourites, Holland have a little bit of a riddle. They have a little bit of a riddle, but not enough for me to tell people to place a bet on it. So before I get off, I'm going to just go through this Christian Erickson ritual. I actually believe, the more I think about it, I think I could write a book about Christian Erickson. I think I could write a book about Christian Erickson. The stuff, just this alone. So, yeah, Holland for the Nations League is my pick. I like Holland for the Nations League, yeah. Remember, they have a royal family as well. Did you see that the Queen of Denmark tested positive for COVID the day after Queen Elizabeth died? And obviously, Philip's got Danish ancestry. That's the reason why Denmark won the Euros in 1992, which was the year Christian Erickson was born. So again, check this out. Huge Christian Erickson ritual. Croatia 2, Denmark 1. This was yesterday. Prince Philip was a member of the House of Glucksburg, the ruling house of Denmark. He was a prince of both Greece and Denmark. Remember, Greece won the Euros in 2004 and Denmark won it in 1992. I've pretty much come to the conclusion that pretty much in our whole lifetime, everything's been about the royal family. Everything. In sports. In all sports. By virtue of his patrilineal descent from King George I of Greece and King Christian of Denmark, he was from birth in line of succession to both thrones. All right? King Christian of Denmark, Christian Erickson. Charles is now the king, the son of Prince Philip. 3 days after Queen Elizabeth's 3 days after Queen Elizabeth's funeral, Christian Daneman Erickson, yes, his middle name's Daneman and he's Danish. Christian Daneman Erickson scored in a 2-1 loss, 3 total goals, 3 days after a funeral, and did it a span of 66 weeks and 6 days after his cardiac arrest. Erickson was born on 14/2, Valentine's Day, a date associated with hearts. 14/2 can be written 214, like 214. Queen Elizabeth was born the 21st of April, 214. Erickson scored after 77 minutes. Elizabeth's Jubilee was in 1977. Remember, England beat Denmark in the Euro 2020 semi-final on 7-7-21. And England got to the final on 11-7 against Italy, and 11 times 7 is 77. Remember, Boris Johnson was the 77th Prime Minister of England, and he resigned on 7/7 on the 17-year anniversary of the London bombings, the 7th Prime. 7 times 7 equals 49. Croatia opened the scoring in this game after 49 minutes. Okay. Prince Philip died on 4/9, April the 9th. Guess who was born on that date? Denmark's head coach was born on 4/9. Croatia advanced to 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss in the Nations League this season. 3/11. Coronavirus declared a global pandemic on 3/11. It's absolutely scandalous stuff, guys, to be honest with you. 3/11, that's 64th Prime, just a huge number. A huge number, which you'll see. That's when Boris Johnson was born in 64. So that 3/11. And remember, Queen equals 19. 19's the 8th Prime. Erickson returned to the Premier League just 8 months after he collapsed on the pitch at the Euros. He did that, by the way, on 12/6. Remember, Kobe died 1-2-6. This was match day 5 of 6 in the Nations League. Royal family equals 56. Coronavirus equals 56. COVID vaccine equals 56. Liz Truss became the Prime Minister 56 days after her birthday. She became a MP on May the 6th, 5-6. England won the World Cup 56 years ago in 66. That's the same year the Croatia coach was born. And then the Croatia coach, he stayed on 12 draws and 17 losses with Croatia. And Pope Francis was born on 12/17, which can be written 1712. And Prince Charles married Camilla 17 years and 12 days before Elizabeth turned 96. Then I saw Denmark. They've now conceded 5 in the group. The goal difference is +2, like 52. I find out their all-time leading goal scorers are Niels Paltis Nielsen and current Blackburn Rovers head coach John Dahl Thomason. They both have 52 goals. Remember, Rooney has 53, and Elizabeth was coronated in 53. Harry Kane's going to overtake Rooney. Elizabeth became the queen in 52, like I mentioned. The game was played on a day leaving 100 days left in the year, which is 10 times 10. Remember Erickson, number 10? He went down with a cardiac arrest when Finland were beating Denmark 1-0, like 10. And I told you Croatia, they have 3 wins and 1 draw now in the Nations League. That's 10 points. You're 9 + 1. Elizabeth's father became the king 10 years after she was born. She was born in 26. He became the king in 36, the year Pope Francis was born. And Elizabeth and Philip have 10 great-grandchildren. So that right there, I just saw it. Look at that, 45 in the live. Erickson born the 45th day of the year, 29 likes, the 10th prime. Yeah, so I'm going to read a few more comments and I better go because I've got to help my mum. England has won 1 goal in 4 matches in Nations League. England scores today. I think England win. Not supremely confident, not done a big code. I think England win. Interesting and crazy statistic. Arsenal have not scored in the last 6 matches against Liverpool. Well, they'll probably bang then. Oh, it could be 7 because Klopp is Mr. 7, isn't he? There's a code in my book about Jurgen Klopp and the number 7. I did a video about it. Maybe that's another 7. Maybe he prevents Arsenal scoring. Hey, Anfield Road. Also, in the last 5 games between Arsenal and Tottenham, the home team has won the game. Never in history has there been 6 matches won by a home team. Possibly Arsenal winning next game. Scores versus Liverpool. I don't know. You've got to look really deep into it. I need more than that. What's your predictions video against this game? I haven't looked too much into it. I've told you, I think England win and draw in the next 2 games to get that 6-6-6 record in the Nations League. So yeah, I think I better go. But guys, the book, if you're on my website, it's there. But I might make a few edits and put up the PDF a bit later, actually, to be honest with you. But it will be up today. Erickson was born in Middlefart. Just mockery. Postal code, guys, 5500. Satan gets you 55. 55 is the 10th Fibonacci triangular number. He wears number 10 for Denmark. And remember, I predicted right as he had his cardiac arrest, he would come back and he would sign for Man United, and everyone laughed at me. What you're on about, Adam, is never going to play again. I said he will. He'll be back. He'll be back within a year, and when he comes back, he'll sign for United at some point. Boom, signs for United. Like I said, Ten Hag would, like 8 months before he did. All the other stuff that I've said. So, yeah, it's outrageous. So, yeah, I better go. You saved the book as draft. Okay, perfect, Gabriel. So, Gabriel, nobody's seen it yet? Because I've just seen there was something I want to add to the Erickson code. So, nobody's seen it other than you. You deserve to be the first guy to see it. All right, that's awesome. It looks like I'll have to edit it again, save it as a PDF, resend you it all, and do all the stuff we've been doing. But it's going to be worth it for everybody. Hi, Happy Face Man. Manny, who keeps trying to call me, it doesn't allow me to pick up the phone. Tried 6 times, didn't have to pick it up. I don't have Skype, but if it means setting it up for you, Manny, I'll set it up. But I ain't doing it now. I've got too many other things going on today. So we'll figure out that call. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen. I'm not ignoring you. As you know, I tried to pick up the phone 6 times. I don't know what's up with your phone. Or my phone, who knows. I just sent to your PayPal to support the book. Wow. That means so much, especially after getting robbed out of $1,800. But I just said this to myself, that I've spent 2 years on this book. I gave away my Kobe Bryant book, which I thought was really good. If anyone wants that Kobe Bryant book, email me in the description. Email me, I'll send you it. Have a read of that. If you like that, you can buy the Queen one. And it's probably 100 times better than the Kobe one, and the Kobe one is mind-blowing. If anyone's read it, you can back me up on that. You'll get your money back. I don't know, mate. It's been 18 days. They told me 7 to 10. It's been 18. So I don't know. I ain't gonna worry too much about it. Right. Okay. Thank you, Angel Z. Thank you, Happy Face Man Gabriel. Thank you so much. I'll make those edits. Now's the time for me to jump in that shower. Hope I get some sleep tonight. I'm gonna enjoy a beer. I might have a shandy. I'm getting into shandies at the moment, so I'm not really drinking much alcohol. And I've got that run tomorrow. So thank you, guys. This is it's not hit me yet. I don't think it's hit me yet. That I've done it. That this book is done. And how much it's going to change the lives of people. I hope it brings you, I've said this before, I hope if you are that black sheep in your family and everybody's mocking you and questioning you and doesn't want to talk to you and thinks you're a conspiracy theorist, send them this book. This is the book that will have people say, okay, all right, Lisa, all right, James, all right, Adam, all right, Rupert, all right, Harry, all right, Elizabeth, all right, Mickey, I get it now, I see it. Where you can sit down and actually talk about this stuff because it's sacred. It's scary at the beginning, then it's beautiful. When you realize God's in control, it's truly beautiful. But at the beginning, it's a lot to take in. But the more of us who get on the same page and see this stuff, I don't just want to be the special guy who knows this and like, I can blow your mind when you meet me for a drink. I'd rather be doing it with other people, all of us doing it. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. Whatever happens in the next few years, we are living through a wild, incredible, beautiful mess. Enjoy the ride, baby. Enjoy the ride, okay? Cheers. Thank you. Take care. Much love. I just got goosebumps. And when you read the book, please just leave me a comment. Not to boost my ego. I don't need any of that. Just what you got out of it. What the best part was. What blew your mind the most. What you're going to do with the knowledge, just stuff like that. I'm excited, man. I really am. So, yeah, it's a great time to be alive, baby. Ooh, gonna go jump in that shower, baby. Take care. And Gabriel, I'll make the edit today and we'll get it out in a few hours for everybody to be able to read on my website. All right, guys, take care. Thank you. And I'll speak to you all soon.